Hey everyone, how's everyone doing today? Hopefully everyone is doing well. Came across a video today that popped up on my timeline. I was typing in my channel to show somebody that I ran into, an old acquaintance, and I was showing him a lot of some of the work. When we got in the conversation, I was showing him my channel, and I typed my channel in, and then Sean Sweeney's video come up where he was showing my video exposing Rat Troothner, aka Pat Troothner. I call him Pat the Rat, Rat Liener. He's a Satanist. He's an occultist. He's a shill. He's been exposed many, many times, but the first time he was exposed, I don't mean to toot my own horn, but it was by me. I was the one that he came against first, far as I know. This was back in November of, because Sean did the video 2 months ago, which would have been March. The videos that I made about him were like November 7th or something like that. I'm not sure. First videos were at the very, very beginning of November, and it was around then. But yeah, this guy, most of you guys all know the story about him. Just watch the video of me exposing him. He's admitted to being a former Satanist, being invoking demons. He's a New Ager, and he believes in meditation and transhumanism and reptilians and all this type of baby stuff. He's a total copycat. He's a baby truther for one, but he just copies people's work. That's his main goal in life. He sits at home with nothing to do. He's got no responsibilities because he doesn't work. He's a grown man with 2 children, and he claims he's a Christian, yet he doesn't work. I don't see how that works. It's totally an oxymoron, but I'll digress about that. He constantly is doing drugs, and it came to my attention when I was watching Sean's video, and as you guys see these 2 video pictures right here, this is the one he created with him. Ha ha, real funny. More like this, Pat. This is really what it is. Your God is Satan, and your truth are lies. Rat Liener, you're a devil. And of course, as you guys can see right here, you're handing out you know what, because that's all you give to people. You're handing them, that's the truth. You're not giving truth to people. You're giving them crap. You're giving them pure crap. And it's time the truth comes out there. You're just a copycat, a liar, a baby truther, a jealous, selfish person. But I wanted to give a shout out to Sean because he did make a video. He played some of my video, and I appreciated that. It was my first video that I did as far as like trying to expose anybody or really putting a whole lot of the truth out there. Like I said, I was new to the game. He kind of, to me, he seen me come in, seen I was putting real truth out, and it's like, hey, we can't have that. I can't have somebody that's going to put actually real truth out that might actually draw some of my subscribers. And I firmly believe he's the one that got my first channel taken down, but that's okay. Losers never win. He's just a gatekeeper. He's a shill. He's somebody that's, controlled opposition. Somebody there to give the illusion that he represents truth, that he represents God, and that he represents Jesus and Christianity. And it's a total fake. It's a total fraud. It's a total front. That's to draw people in to get dollars. He tried to be a comedian. That was his dream, was to be a comedian. Total drug addict. He admitted it himself. But once you look at him, you realize that he actually is a meth addict. That was funny because that I heard Sean say that about him. I'm like, oh my gosh, he totally is a meth addict. He fits all the the little signs that you look for when you watch this guy. How he's all jittery all over the place. You know what I'm saying? Just attacks people. He's a narcissist, attention deprived narcissist. He wants to get on stage. He wants to be the center of attention. He wants to make people laugh. But the problem is he knows he's not funny. He knows he doesn't make people laugh. All he can do is steal people's work and try to steal people's little one-liners and try to mix them all together and make somewhat of a joke of his own, which is not funny, which is why he's gotten booed off probably every comedy stage he's ever been on. He claims he's got work on here on YouTube where he's got his comedy videos up. Go watch them if you're curious to see what this guy's like. I haven't seen them. I don't know if they truly exist or not. I could care less about this guy. Like I said, I made a video exposing this guy, and I never planned on talking about him again because Like I said, this guy's a nobody. He's a nothing. And it's funny because he's obsessed with my channel. Every video I make, he thumbs down it. Every live stream that I do, he ghosts in my live stream, doesn't say a word until and then if like some miraculously somebody mentions his name or somehow his name comes up, all of a sudden he'll want his little attention. All of a sudden he'll comment because he's attention deprived. He's absolutely a narcissist. The dude's like crazy, but I'm living rent free in the guy's head. It's kind of funny because every video I put out, this guy thumbs down instantly. He'll ghost my videos, be on my live streams, not say nothing for 2-3 hours, and on my old channel, and then all of a sudden, like I said, somebody in the chat would bring him up, and he would just all of a sudden start talking. Dude's total demon, total Satanist. Admits to he believes in the power of what's that word? Power of where you make things happen, power of belief or whatever, where you can believe in the things and you can make the will. I can't think of it right now because you know how it is where you will things to happen. He basically believes in that. He said that he was reading the book The Secret. He was really into it, and he was willing for some spiritual knowledge about how to create with and this is all out of his own mouth, like I showed the videos. He wanted to meditate or whatever, and he went downstairs at one of his apartment complexes, and he found a demonic book about how to communicate with the spirits and how to sacrifice this and do that or whatever. I forget the exact video because, like I said, I haven't paid attention to the guy. I could care less. He's a clown, a total clown show. He's a failed actor, failed musician. That's what all these people in the truth community are. These shills, these gatekeepers. They can't make it in they have connections. They're obviously connected to the Masonic world, to some fraternal organization, whether it be the Army, a fraternal organization, they connections through their family, their bloodline, whether it's them, whatever. And they aren't talented enough to be a singer or a musician. They're not witty enough or articulate enough to be a politician, maybe, I guess. So they're going to have them come lead the truth lead the truth movement, and really their goal is to be gatekeepers and lead people astray, to put a little tiny bit of truth out there, but 90% rat poison. It's just like rat poison. I like to equate it to, because the rat wouldn't eat the rat poison if it tasted terrible, if it smelled terrible, if he thought it looked terrible. Obviously the rat goes up, it's appealing to the rat, right? It has to be appealing to it, otherwise the rat wouldn't mess with it, right? So obviously, and that's what rat poison is, right? It has 90%, good stuff in there that the rat will eat, and that's not going to hurt the rat, that the probably rat would actually like. But it's that 10% of cyanide that kills the rat. And that's exactly what it is with these fake truthers. They're mixing cyanide in with the truth, and they're sending people to hell. They're sending people to, basically none of them have any standards that they live by. They're all Satanists. They're all occultists. I mean, out of his own mouth, he admits it. But he's just a narcissist. He has to go around attacking people to get attention. He doesn't put any truth out. And like I said, I don't mean to toot my own horn, but I believe I was the first person to put a truth video out about this guy, against this guy, because he came at me out of nowhere. And I guess he didn't realize that I'm a real Christian and I have discernment. So I'm going to, explore and look into this guy, judge his fruits, and then expose him. So this is just the truth that has to come out. This guy is an occultist. He's a gatekeeper, just like Alex Jones when he broke into the Bohemian Grove, and he so-called broke into the Bohemian Grove so that way he could, and he so-called, revealed all the secrets or whatever. And that was staged, guys. He was let in there. He had a grand tour, front row seats, was allowed to record that. And that was just a stage put on little thing. And anybody that can't figure that out is a baby. Alex Jones, self-admittedly, his whole family is CIA agents, Masons. He's an occultist, evil person. He's a gatekeeper. It's obvious. Alex Jones equals 33 in numerology. So I just want to say that this guy's a total liar, that he's got problems. Don't give your money to him. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this video. Like I said, I just want to give a shout out to Sean SWEENEY for one, first, like I said, because I kind of seen he was friends when the whole thing with Pat and I went down. He was still friends with Pat, but I would see he comment on some of my work, and I didn't know if he was playing double sides, a double agent. I wasn't sure, and like I said, I use good discernment, and I wait a long time before I, um, you know, step forward. I watch people from afar for a long, long time. So, seeing this video, like I said, I wanted to give the proper thank you, proper shout out, saying I appreciate that. But it's time that people realize that this guy's nothing but a liar, nothing but a shill. That's the whole gig where he calls himself PATTROOTHNER. I bet his name probably really isn't even Pat, but maybe it is, because maybe he's so messed out, such a drug addict, so messed out that he can't remember his own name if he was to use a false name. Maybe they can't trust him to have a alias because he's just so out of it. But this guy's totally unhealthy, man. He looks like he's almost 60, and he's probably maybe 40. So it's sad. We're the same age, him and I, and you can't tell it. But that's what happens when you serve Satan. And it's funny because I heard this guy was trying to make fun of me. He don't realize, I guess, that I have a house bought and paid for. I've owned my house for almost 10 years now. Been married 17 years. Have a very, very happy life. We live for God. Beautiful wife that I'm very, very happy with. Thank God every day for her. My girl doesn't work. She is a housewife, and unlike your wife, who you make work so that way you can sit at home, sit on the couch, and attack people's channel all day. You got a lot of nerve to sit there on the couch while your wife works, and your kids, who supposedly have special needs, you said, or that's what you were hinting to in one of your live streams. I haven't watched your live streams in a long time, so I don't know. But from what I was catching on to in the first live stream, because I think I watched 2 live streams of yours, and you said your kids had problems. So why aren't you trying to work and create a better life for you and your kids? Not to mention your wife is a psychologist, which a total talk about somebody that brainwashes people, somebody that's in charge, a government job. That's just, I guess I'll leave that alone. But anybody knows that's a job that's part of the system. That's definitely not someone that's a Christian's job. But I'll digress on that. There certainly can be good people in every field. But for you to sit there and let your wife work, that's certainly no man. And we'll leave it on that level. Just for you as being a man, you can leave being a Christian out of it because we know you're not a Christian. So just being a man, being a good man, you should be taking care of your family. You should be the head of household. But of course you're not. But yet you want to sit here and sit on the computer all day, make your little live streams where you give no truth, but you call yourself a truth channel. You even gave yourself a truth name, but you're mocking the truth. That's why you didn't spell it right, because it's a mockery. Your whole channel is about mockery. You yourself are a clown. You're trying to mock truth. You're trying to mock God, but really the joke's on you, because God is not to be mocked at all. And someday you'll realize this. Someday you'll be face to face with him, and you'll have to repent. Now, I've never claimed to be perfect by any means. I fall short just like everybody else does. However, that's not a reason to live in sin. I try my best to do the right thing. I have things that I have to work on, like all people do. We all have, we're all a work in progress, I guess, is the proper phrase, but you can tell by the fruit, and this guy just cusses, swears constantly, which is a dead giveaway. The Bible says, a guy with a loose lips, and I'd have to look the Bible verse up. I said them in my live stream. But a wise man doesn't swear, right? A Christian doesn't swear. That's someone that has this, devil filled, and their demons are out. And like I said, I'm not trying to rag on people that cuss every now, once in a while or whatever. I get it. It's part of today's culture. Unfortunately, I'm not someone that does it or practices it. I get it. We're human. You walk by, you stub your foot or something, you might, say something, or something like that. I get it. Like, I can understand that. But when you're having a conversation like he does in the live stream, and every other word is a cuss word, he's talking about sex, Not, which you shouldn't be talking. That's something private between you and your wife. But he's not only talking about that. He's talking about his exes, girls he's nasty girls that he's used to work with and slept with, which one is a disrespect to his wife for him to be online talking about girls that he used to sleep with and exes like that. But he's on there making jokes about it, talking about the girl peed the bed, she ruined his bed, and then tried giving him $300 to not tell anybody, and it was a big secret. Please don't tell nobody that I got drunk and peed all over your bed, and I couldn't control myself. And why would you tell someone that story unless you're demon devil filled? Like, that's not something a Christian would say. No place ever could I imagine a Christian sitting there telling that story. The way he talks to his wife, he disrespects his wife. Put aside her job, which I don't agree with, her working in a psychology job. Like, I don't think that's a very Christian job, but to each his own. But just put that aside, and him making her work, put that aside too, which is terrible. But he talks to her like she's a doormat, like she's a dog. Like, the words he would say to her, he would say "shut up, B," and this and that. And these are all. This is, guys. This is all from his live streams. Okay, I showed these in my exposed videos. Okay, one person, two, three, four. I think there might have even been 6 parts, 4 or 5 parts. There was a lot of parts. And this guy is a total shill. And I just want everybody to understand that that's not how a Christian acts. That's not how a Christian represents himself. If he didn't claim to be a Christian, then I would have left him alone. Even though he called me out and called me names, I just would have been like, well, this guy is just, whatever. But since he decided to call himself a Christian and call himself a truth channel, that's when you walk into my realm. That's when I get to judge your fruit and get to see what kind of person you are. I obviously seen that you are fake, fraud, phony, and I exposed you with your own words. You basically exposed yourself. And basically, if you just would have kept your mouth shut and stopped being just an attention deprived person, be so bad, but you just are so insecure and need attention so bad, which let me show you this guy. He's a narcissist. A narcissist. And I just want to show you guys the definition. This dude is a narcissist. He's attention obsessed, deprived. He wanted to be a former musician, or excuse me, a former comedian, just like all these, like I said, all these so-called truthers, the conspiracy castle with Alex, Jaredism, conspiracy gurus, they're all just trying to be musicians. They're all failed musicians, failed actors, and this is their second chance to try to make it go big. This is the truth. People need to understand this. The world, if anybody has any type of following, they're control opposition. Okay, the world is a stage, and anybody that's big on the world stage, whether that be on TV, whether that be on YouTube, social media, Twitter, that's for a reason, guys. It's because they're put there as a puppet. They're put there as a gatekeeper. They're put there to lead people astray, to give people the false illusion of truth, to give people the false, um, sense of, somebody's going to give me the truth. Somebody cares. There's somebody out here who's going to give me real truth. This guy don't do nothing but play back old Tom Brady videos and just sound ridiculous. Act like calls them his deep dives. Absolutely ridiculous, guys. He don't know football at all. He couldn't tell you any offenses. He couldn't tell you any plays. He called everybody out, and like I said, I firmly believe that he is 100% controlled opposition. Him and all of his military connections. It's pretty obvious that it's like I said. He called himself a former Satanist, right, and a former New Ager and a former meditator and all that. And he said he believes that there's a place, for meditation as a Christian, and he believes that they should be in touch with their center. Believes in Bigfoot, believes in reptilians. He's a total baby truther, guys. He's totally putting fake truth out there. Like I said, that first video, those first couple videos that I made, those were my first videos that I had made. I hadn't made videos in 10 plus years, maybe 15 years since high school, when I went and did VisCom, took visual communication. So I'm very familiar with computers and making videos. However, I hadn't made them for a while, and that was my first video I had made in a long time. So It might not be the best. I listen to it's a little cringy to me, but I guess we all think that way when we hear our own voice. The point is the information, and the information is right on point. Everything I say there is 100% the truth. And like I said, when I say that I was the first person to expose this guy, I don't say that to toot my own horn or happily or anything like that. I wish it never had to happen, because I'm trying to expose the world truth and, the Jesuits and the Freemasonic world and the elite and whatever else you want to call it. Like I said, it's a lot bigger than just the Jesuits or the Freemasons, but they're key role players. They're the ones, the key players, the key participants that the elite uses to put forth their, new world order, to put forth their, because that's what this is all about. It's all about having a new world order, right? And YouTube is no different than any other platform or television show or anything else. Do you think the elite's not going to control that and have, gatekeep and not have their people at every corner? Of course they're going to do that, and that's just what these people are. Anybody with a big following, anybody you see with 50,000 subscribers, 100,000, 200, 300,000, whatever, when they have a big following for a reason. Now Pat might only have 5, 10,000. I don't know. I haven't seen his channel in 4 months, but he probably will get up there because he's a shill, because he's a fake. So they're gonna push him to the front. It's kind of funny because he don't put anything out there. He if anything, if he ever does tell any truth, he copied it from somebody else. So it's important to know, guys, that we judge these people by their fruit. His fruit is rotten to the core. I get it, we all fall short, but he is nothing like that. He's a flat out occultist. He's a flat out Satanist, a flat out demon possessed, devil worshiping, just evil person, guys. The evil man who has no problem with his wife working while he's sitting on the couch, sitting on the computer, making deep dive videos and harassing people, calling everybody out, talking about everybody, calling them names, say they're spamming, calling them a shill, and then saying and saying stuff like they blocked him on his channel, when that's exactly what he does. He blocked me from commenting, and I only know that because I had 2 channels. If I wouldn't have had 2 channels, I would have never known that he blocked me, because I could comment on the one and not the other. So then I knew that he, I was giving him benefit of doubt at first. So like I said, for those of you guys that don't know, I don't want to make this video too long, but I started making videos in November or late October, early November of 2021. I came across this guy's video and I was like, all right, cool. Somebody's in the truth community, just like RV, that's pushing Jesus Christ. I said, but this guy's actually doing football videos. I said, I'd like to kind of expose some of that, because I think that I could add some knowledge to the group. And of course, the first live stream went fine. He acted like he loved everything that I was saying. He was like, oh man, you're really dropping truth. You're really dropping nuggets. You're dropping just bombs here. I love it. And I said, yeah, no problem. We were having a conversation. And then the next, come to find out, like 2 days later, he had blocked me. I don't know if he did it that day, later that day, what. Obviously, he realized that right away, that I was a threat, that I was knowledgeable, that I had real information, that I had real truth that I could give out. And he knew he couldn't have that. He wasn't about to just sit by and let, I apologize if you guys can hear my air conditioner in the background, but he wasn't about to sit by and let, me put real truth out there and take any of his subscribers, which, first of all, it's not even about taking subscribers, because I didn't even think YouTube was like that. You don't take subscribers. If someone likes your channel, they just happen to subscribe to your channel too. They don't stop watching your channel. If anything, they watch your channel, then the other person in the other person's channel. They don't just stop watching your channel. From what I know, I don't know if people just do that. But I guess that's what he was worried about, is, oh, he was going to take my subs. Just weird, narcissist, jealous, and greedy. So I just wanted to show you guys that narcissist. That's exactly what he is. Show you this Sean SWEENEY video, because I definitely appreciate the shout out from him. and from I don't want to mess the guy's name up because I haven't spoke to him in a few days, so I don't want to even try to. Um, was it Jesse Vaughn Senior? Yeah, Jesse Vaughn Senior. He also gave me a shout out, and I wanted to say that I really appreciated that also as well. That was really cool. Meant a lot to me. Um, I guess this is saying that it's not loading, so that's okay. I was just gonna show you his page. Let me see if I can refresh it real quick. Just wanted to give a quick shout out to him. But yeah, it's important, guys, to know that. Um, yeah, it's not gonna work. It's just StreamYard does this with when I go live. They're always scared about me putting truth out. So even though that this is just well, it's more truth, but it's not like a exposing Freemasonic video. So, but they always seem to mess with me. So, anyways, let me pause this video because I didn't want it to play. I just wanted to show you guys um, his video, and I wanted to give him a shout out and say thank you for acknowledging me and acknowledging my work. I do appreciate that because um, let me put this back on the screen because we all know, like I said, this guy, this is what he's giving everybody. He's handing out poop, right? He's a Satanist, demon worshiping. He believes in the willpower, the power of intention or whatever, where you can believe you can make it happen, where you can basically believe something into existence, and it's just basically another form of Satanism. Like The Secret. He said him and his girlfriend were reading The Secret. They were obsessed with that. Which, if you guys don't know that, that's an occultic book, and that occultists, these Satanists and these cultists, all of them read and they're all obsessed with. But he said they were reading it, they were obsessed with it, and they were believing in the power of intention and or whatever, and their willpower or whatever. And he said all of a sudden he went down in the basement and found a book that was full of like spell castings. It was some demonic book of like how to communicate with Lucifer and all this and demons and blah 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 that I guess somebody had left just on the washer for him. Yeah, that's exactly how Satan works. Okay, in case you guys don't know, Satan for the time being until Jesus returns is the god of this world. It says so in the Bible, and that's who these sick people worship. Okay, these PATTROOTHNERs. That's who they worship. And this guy's a clown. He don't even have the guts to put a real picture of him out there. He's probably too afraid of people looking him up and finding out who he really is. Now, I could care less who he really is because I'm not the type of person that would ever harass somebody because I'm not that type of person. First of all, I don't believe it's right. And I'm not obsessed with somebody. Like I said, this guy, he's got, me and a few other people living inside his head rent free because he is obsessed with everything we do. Anytime I put out a video, he instantly watches all of it from beginning to end, thumbs downs it instantly. I mean, as soon as I put a video out, he thumbs down it. I mean, before you could have possibly even watched the video within seconds. So he's obsessed with my channel that much. And I mean, he's done this now for months. And I can't imagine if he's so obsessed, like I said, to anytime I go live, he's instantly in my room. Anytime I put a video out, he's instantly watching it. I mean, instantly thumbs down it. I mean, that would be, you can tell he has no life. Well, he doesn't work. He sits at home and he just, you can just tell he's a drug addict. He's lived a hard life as far as like, doing drugs. As far as the Army, he probably was in the Army Reserves or whatever you call that, the National Guard or something, 20 years ago when he was 18 for 4 years or something. He probably was. I believe he does have military connections, Masonic connections, maybe even Jesuit connections. I'm not sure. Maybe all three of the above. Who knows? But I definitely believe that he's connected. I definitely believe he's a gatekeeper. And everything Shaun said in his video was right too. Now, he might have cussed a little bit more than I cared for, but to each is his own. He's his own person and he can get his own point across. He kept calling me a kid, which I'm not a kid. I'm almost 40 years old, but I take no insult by it by no means. Like I said, I know he wasn't meaning it as an insult. I know him being a little bit older, to him I might be considered a kid, I guess, but I'm obviously a man just like him, and I'm not a kid. But like I said, no offense taken at all. And like I said, I wanted to say I appreciated it because I kind of misjudged Shaun in the beginning. Not saying that I, fully judge him because I didn't really know much about him. I just didn't know if he was playing double agent because, like I said, certain people. Matter of fact, it might even have been Sean who was saying that, oh, Pat's just trying to expose you. He's trying to get people to be close with you so that way he can do this or do that. And I had several people come and tell me that, and I felt like they were trying to buddy up to me. Um, and then I had people that actually did buddy up to me, flat out, with like brown nosing me, trying to act like they were against Pat, and then they would come on my live streams, and as soon as I would, hold on, Sean's Sean's video was playing. He actually hit the nail on the head, though, guys, with a lot of the things he said. Like I said, he swore a little, kind of a little bit for me, but hit the nail right on the head. I couldn't find much really to complain with. Like I said, not only did I want to say I appreciated the shout out, like I said, I don't want to make this video too long, but this guy's a narcissist. This guy's crazy, dude. Like I said, he's letting people. I truly believe, like I said, he's a gatekeeper. I believe that his whole goal is to try to come in and ruffle feathers in the community, try to get some attention, try to act like he's adding something to the community. Which as far as what I like I said, and I can't say because I haven't watched the guy's channel in 5 months, as far as if he's putting any truth out since. But from what I've seen in the first week the interaction that I had with him, he was putting nothing out. He was saying nothing. Was talking basically about old deep dive crap, not giving any information about Freemasonry, signs and symbols of the occult, the fake moon landing, And I get it. There's only so much we can say on YouTube because we're censored here. But this guy's saying nothing. He's putting no truth out there, and he just looks like a total drug addict, a total meth head. And it's funny because he kept on talking about how he snorted, cocaine and sold cocaine, and he would make hints of about snorting the stuff, and during the live streams, yeah, I'm gonna go snort some stuff later, like making the jokes. But you can look at the guy and can tell he's not joking. Like he really lives that life. So, like I said, not only is the dude totally demonic, totally demon filled, totally a devil, evil person who's lying to people. He's claiming to be a Christian. He's claiming to live this life. Can't even get off his butt to work, and take care of his family. He said he wants to sit on his couch and sit there and play computer bully, and act like he's, sheriff of the truth community and going to be able to, police the truth community, and when really he's the shill. He's the one that should be in the back of the police. The shill police car. He should be going to the shill jail because that dude right there is King Shill. And I just think it's funny, like I said, that he just lets people. He obsessed. Oh gosh, we got comments. What is it? Hey everyone. Hey, how you doing? I haven't seen you in a while. But yeah, he's crazy, and he's obsessed with my channel. And I just think it's funny that, like I said, I came across Sean's video today. I'm playing, in case you guys didn't know, catch back up a little bit. If you guys are late getting in here, I was ran into an old friend today, and I was typed in Flint Truth channel. I wanted to show him my the one channel video that I did about the pine cone, and Sean Sweeney's video come up. He was showing my video exposing PATTROOTHNER. So I just wanted to say, first of all, that I appreciated that, and second of all, like I said, I wanted to shine another light on Pat because the dude's a total shill, and anybody that has any discernment can see that right away. And like I said, I just don't want people giving their hard-earned money away to this guy. Certainly not only does he not deserve it, he won't get up and work. He won't get off his butt and take care of his family. But he sits around and does nothing but call his wife names, calls her, dirty bitchs, calls her. He was calling her like all kinds of bad names. I don't even want to say it because it's just not my personality to sit there and speak that way, especially about a woman. And this is his wife. This is his wife, okay, of all people. He was sitting there talking about, like I said before in the video where I exposed him, where he's talking about personal, private matters that should never be talked about, especially online. And not to mention it's a disrespect to his wife, but he's talking about how he was sleeping with girls that he used to work with online and he was talking about this girl. Oh, I met this girl. I think he said he was working for Amazon, but I'm not sure. And she peed the bed. We got drunk together. We got high or whatever. Blah 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 blah. She peed all over, ruined my mattress. Had to give me $300 a few days later, and told me, asked me not to tell anybody. Like, who says that? First of all, not a Christian. And like I said, what he was doing is he was trying to make people laugh. He's a failed comedian, and that's what these guys are. Mostly all these shills, these fake truthers, and these fake truther channels, they're failed actors, failed musicians, failed politicians, whatever it is. They don't have what it takes to make it, on the big stage. So the elite says, well, we can use you, but we can't use you for this or this or this. We can use you for YouTube. We can use you for this. You guys underestimate how powerful YouTube and how powerful a lot of these social media platforms are. And if you guys don't think that the elite are going to they control every aspect. It's just the way that it is. And that the truth movement being no different. Bro, you don't know that man's heart. You're being pretty judgmental. No, I'm not. I'm saying the exact truth, true soldier. It's not about knowing his heart. It's about judging his fruit, what the Bible says we're called to do. I'm judging his fruit, okay? If he was a lost man, not saved, it would be totally different. Then it's leave it up to God. That's between him and the Lord, and he can. But when you claim to be a Christian and you claim to be saved, totally different, bro. Then you walk in my realm. Then you step in my territory. Then I'm allowed to righteously judge you. I'm allowed to judge your fruit. I'm allowed to hold you accountable to the standards of the Bible. And if I was slipping, if I was living that way and talking that way and presenting myself that way, I would need to be held to that same standard and held accountable. If I was saying I was a lost person, totally different. He's saying he's a Christian, so you have to understand that. So no, this is the truth. These are all words out of his own mouth. All you got to go do is go watch my exposed videos where I expose the guy. Okay, it's pretty obvious. And like I said, the only thing where I'm speculating on is him using meth. But it's pretty obvious by looking at him and by me being a former detective and working with drug addicts, seeing them a lot. I shouldn't say working with them, but I arrested them a lot on a daily basis and seen them. I know exactly what they look like. And he totally portrays all the symptoms, all the characteristics of a guy who uses meth, period, point blank. So is that being a little accusatory of me? Yes, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But at this point, I don't really care because it is what it is. The truth needs to be put out there. Look at the guy's face, man. I mean, just look at him. He's been rode hard and put away wet. And I'm not trying to be hurtful. I'm just trying to put the truth out there. This guy's out here slinging garbage. You see this poop right here in this hand. This is what he's slinging. He's slinging garbage, okay? And if you want garbage, then you can go and subscribe to garbage. Now, I'm not telling you to unsubscribe to him. I didn't say, hey, go unsubscribe to the guy's channel. I'm telling you what he is. His God is Satan. His truth is lies. He's a rat, and he's not telling you the truth. If you want to be offended by that, then you can be offended by that. A lot of people are offended by the truth. I take no offense to it. Like I say, a lot of people get offended by truth, and they don't like it. As soon as you start convicting them, their inner demons come out. As soon as you start trying to hold them accountable, they're like, "Oh, I'm out of here," and their demons come alive. They either get really angry and really vicious, or they are like, "Oh, I'm done. I'm not talking to that guy no more. I'm not hanging around him. I'm not, this. I'm not that. They don't want to be held accountable. Satan's favorite false saying is, "Do not judge." They love quoting, acting like the Bible says, "Thou shalt not judge." Okay, they love pulling little Bible verses out of here and out of there and twisting them and tweaking them, not saying the full Bible verse and using it. Okay, Satan's very good at using the Bible against Christians, and we absolutely are to judge, but we're to judge the body of Christ. We're to judge the stage body of Christ. These lost people, they're all going to hell, and they're going to have to answer for their own self. But I care about people, and that's why I'm putting the truth out there. This guy doesn't care about people, and it's important for me to put the truth out there. And I just got to say that the truth for what it is. And if people don't like it, I'm sorry if it hurts their feelings. I'm not trying to hurt people's feelings. Pat, his feelings can be hurt all he wants. He's a Satanist. He's a shill. And everything I've said is provable out of his own mouth. And I can show you the videos that I have. And he knows that I have the videos. And all you got to do is go watch some of the videos that I've already posted. And they all can confirm and everything that I've said. I've made no slandatory accusations here. This is all 100% truth. And it's my opinion, and I'm entitled to it, first of all. And I got to make sure that I'm protecting my viewers, my subscribers, and the people that I care about. And I want to make sure that I'm doing my best to expose the people that need to be exposed. This guy is a false, fraud Christian, and it's important that we show his fruit, that he's, claiming to be a saved brethren, and he's not. And so he's making us look bad. He's making not only the truth community look bad, he's making Christianity look bad. And I have a problem with that. And I'm not going to sit back and just allow him to do that. I have a big problem with that. So, like I said, I've made my point pretty clear. Anybody that can't understand at this point that this guy is not a Christian and that he's a fake fraud gatekeeper, then you're never going to just understand it. And True Soldier, I'm sorry if you don't see it, but it is what it is, bro. I don't apologize for the truth, and I don't apologize for taking the stands that I'm supposed to take. I never will. And like I said, this whole video, though, was just a shout out to Shaun Sweeney. That was really the whole main thing. I just wanted to say thank you, Shaun. I definitely appreciate the love, the support, the video. I also want to say that I agree with everything you said. And about him being a drugged out restaurant worker. He's miserable. That's living a miserable life. And it's sad. I pray for him. I hope that he finds Jesus. I pray that he can, stop the shilling. I pray that he can stop the backbiting and get rid of his demons. Stop worshiping demons. Whatever Masonic Brotherhood you're affiliated with, you need to get away from it. Whatever fraternal organizations, army organizations, you need to get away from it. I just want to say that. And, maybe it's True Soldier that's ghosting, or shilling for Pat today. I don't know. I'm not gonna say that because I don't know enough about you, Truth. But you don't seem to comment much. I didn't even know you were still on my subscriber list. So you must be ghosting too. So maybe you're one of the ones that thumbs down every one of my videos too, just to be on my friends list. And I want to let you know that I'm in no competition with nobody. I don't care if I have 2 subscribers or 5 subscribers or 5,000 subscribers. It doesn't matter to me. I'm trying to get I would like as many as I can because I'm trying to get the truth out. I'm trying to get people, to have their eyes open. So obviously I want to reach as many people as I can. Now, I guess subscribers, it doesn't matter, but views because the more views means people eyes are seeing it. So that means people have a chance to be woken up. People have a chance to have the blinders taken off of them. And if I can have any part of that, I would love to. I'm trying to do God's work. I'm trying to do the Lord's work. That's the whole point. But for you to say that you don't know that man's heart, you're being pretty judgmental. I never said I knew his heart. I'm telling you, I'm his fruit. His fruit is rotten. And, for him to, praying for him, I'm trying to expose him, man. That's what this channel is. We expose shills. We expose frauds. So when I expose Tom McDonald tomorrow, what are you going to say about that? Are you going to say, oh, you don't know Tom McDonald's heart? Yeah, I know his heart is full of hate and devils because he's a Satanist, because he's evil, because he's sold out, because he puts money first, because God's not important to him, right? He don't care about, or I should say Jesus Christ, because I can't stand that people, all these Satanists say God, they believe in God and this and that and the other, when in reality, what they really mean is Satan, because Satan is a god. Satan's the god of this world for the time being, and the god that the elite worship. So it's important to understand the difference, that their god is Satan. That's why Satanists do things in reverse, and that's why, like that Green Day song where he says "One Nation Under Dog," because dog is God spelled backwards. Okay, these Satanists, these occultists, they don't do nothing by chance. Okay, everything's well thought out, and all their moves are strategic, and you know, I definitely said they are not dumb people because they're not. The indoctrinated lost masses are the dumb people, and you know, we need to wake up, enlighten ourselves, and try to make ourselves wiser, be a little bit smarter, and understand when we're being played by fooled by this guy, like when we're being played by fooled by people like this guy. Sorry guys. And I just wanted to say that, you know, people shouldn't be wasting their time with this guy. People shouldn't be thinking this guy. First of all, he puts no truth out. Second of all, he totally is evil. He's exposed himself. This is not me saying these things. These are him saying these things. He, you know, is talking about constantly doing drugs, growing drugs, selling drugs, and we're not. And he talks about he still hangs around people that smoke weed and do this and do that, and just, you know, and I'm not talking about so much about, you know, that I think weed is terrible, but that's another subject because um, I don't want to get on the subject of weed because everybody's got different opinions of that. I do believe that God put that here for a purpose. However, people abuse it and people are using it to get high and to use it to coping with their problems and making, you know, you smoking out of boredom and this, that, and the other. And it's not being used for the purpose that God really put it here for. But that's a whole nother story. You know, he's using it as a drug addict would, as an addict, like a crutch, you know, the same way he uses cocaine, the same way he uses every other drug. And because he is admitted to cocaine, he's admitted to weed, he's admitted to pills, he's admitted to peyote and everything else and all kinds of other drugs. I'm sure meth wouldn't be too far off. And like I said, as far as you know, my background of what I used to do and me working, seeing the job that I did and seeing drug addicts all the time, I can tell you he fits all the characteristics, all the traits, all the signs. They all add up that this guy's on drugs. If I would say meth, but at the very, very least, this guy's on pills, heavy, heavy pills, sitting on his computer all day, attacking people, attacking me, attacking everybody else, thumbs down in everybody's video, going on commenting on people's stuff. And it's funny because the same stuff that he accuses everybody else of doing is exactly actually the stuff that he does. And it's kind of funny because it reminds me of the old thing where people say, "Oh, if the husband or if the husband accuses the wife of cheating all the time, it's because the husband is really cheating, right? Or if the wife accuses the husband of cheating all the time, it's because the wife is cheating, right? They always say that it's the person that's really that it's accusatory, right? The one that's really the one that's really doing the thing." And so, yeah, this whole thing started, and that's another thing that you need to understand, True Soldier. I didn't start this. This was started by Pat. Pat started this whole thing. Pat's a narcissist. This guy is like, he's tried to do everything to get under my skin, to try to he tried to send people to, you know, act like they were my friends. He, you know, basically double agenting me. He's send people to come in and thumbs down all my videos, talk crap on my live streams, put terrible comments about my family, myself, my wife, on every single thing. This was all before, you know, I ever did, you know, ever said a word about the man. You know, blocked me on all the from commenting on his stuff for no reason, and then had 2 or 3 different live streams about me, talking about me specifically, saying that I'm a fake, that I'm a shill. This was when I was new, because I didn't. A couple of my first videos I was doing using my phone to record off the screen, and which obviously that doesn't turn out very good. So he's seen 3 of those videos because it was all I had, and he was like, "Oh, this guy's work sucks." Then tried to say that I sounded like him, like, you know, that I would base. And I'm like, how can I sound like you? The Lord gave me this voice. I can't sound like anybody else. You're crazy, you know. So the dude was just totally attacking me. And like I said, I told him, once you attacked me for no reason, once you started this, I'm gonna look into why you attacking me. Obviously, because you're intimidated by me, you're jealous, you know. And at the end of the day, guys, like I said, I can less because I've never looked at the guy's profile. I don't know if he's ever made a video apologizing. He claimed one time in a live stream he came in and said that he did, and he gave me he did donate $100 to my channel, and it's funny because I almost sent it right back, and I probably should have, but at the time, I took it as he was trying to make peace with things. But after I thought about it for a minute, I realized no, he's trying to buy me off. And I said, no, I'm not. You can't buy me off. And so I actually, um, told him no thanks. And then the next live stream that I probably like a month later that I had, came in and was like, "Oh, are you gonna give me my public shout out since I donated to your channel and I supported you? When are you gonna give me my public shout out and don't blah 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 blah." This guy's that like attention starved, attention deprived that he wants to uh, me to give him a shout out. Somebody who gets no views supposedly, right? And which I don't, especially on this channel. Now that I lost my main channel, but I don't get a whole lot of views. So he wants me to give him a shout out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why? Why do you need that? Are you that attention deprived? Are you that narcissistic? Are you that self-absorbed that you need someone to sit there and give you a shout out and say, "Hey, I just want to say thanks to so and so"? No. He jumped the gun. He talked a bunch of crap about me. He tried to basically his demons come out. He tried to get rid of me. He thought that attacking with me would get me off YouTube, I guess, or something. I'm not sure what he thought. But I guess the devil didn't warn him that I was going to sit there and expose him for what he had done. Like I said, this was not by any surprise. Hey, I'm just out of the blue, left field, sucker punching him. No, this is the truth. And I put the truth out there. Go watch my videos, part 1, 2, and 3. It's not me talking. It's me playing his videos. It's him talking and him exposing himself. Him saying all these things that I just told you. The only thing that he doesn't say, exact word, is the word meth. But I personally believe the man is a meth head. And if he is not still a meth head, he was a former meth head. But I also want to say, guys, that he claimed to be former military and all this, and a former Satanist, right? Well, never believe someone when they tell you they're a former Satanist. Never believe someone when they tell you they're former military. Never believe somebody when they tell you they used to be CIA or they used to be the FBI or whatever, but they're no longer affiliated with them. Once you're CIA, once you're FBI, you have those affiliations, you have those ties for life, period. And very, very rarely does that ever change. Does it ever go the other way where that person is no longer not connected or they're expelled or whatever for whatever reason? People don't usually default and flip, especially with the government, with Satanism. People pretty much know the choice that they're making when they choose to follow Satan and they make that choice, and they have no problem living that out. Now, there's always false converts, false people that are going to come out and act like they were saved from some coven or from this or from that, and a few and far between, one or two might be saved, but for the most part, uh, you know, they're actors. So this guy is a total shill. Like I said, I believe he is got occult ties. I believe he's still an occultist, but still a Satanist. I believe he has government ties, military ties, Jesuitical ties, masonry ties, Masonic ties. You name it, I believe the guy's got them. I guess he said he used to be a manager at Trader Joe's. I didn't realize Trader Joe's was a restaurant, but Sean Sweeney hit the nail on the head when he said those places are full with, they're a cesspool full of, what do you call it, drugs and adulterous relationships. People going and working, married couples going in relationships, and then they go to work with somebody, and the next thing you know, those two people are sleeping together. That happens all the time, and yeah, those places are just filled with sin. Those places, they work those people to death. I'm not talking, making fun of them or anything like that, because we all got to make a living wage, and certainly I've been there before myself. But as a young, like when I was 16, I worked a fast food job. Well, it wasn't really fast food, but it was at a restaurant for about a couple months, 6 months. I think it was a summer job. Maybe it wasn't 6 months, but it was a summer job. And I know what it's like. I'm certainly not saying that. I'm just saying these people are worked hard. I know firsthand, and the lifestyle that they have to live is rough. Going paycheck to paycheck, bill to bill. that's a tough lifestyle for everyone. For and like I said, I didn't even hear about this until today when I was listening to Sean Sweeney's video. But I guess he said he had made comments about my roof, making fun of my roof or something like that. I don't know what you're making fun of. My house is paid for. It's been paid for 10 years, and my roof was never leaking. I didn't say it was leaking. That's what happens when you assume and jump the gun and think you know something about somebody. My roof was never leaking. The house was just an older house, and it was time for a new roof because the last time the roof was put on was probably like, I don't know, 10, 15 years, and I decided that it was time to get a new roof. So I had a new roof put on. Just finished that. That's really why I was gone for the last month, because I was doing it myself, and although it didn't take a month, it did take a while because, like I said, I'm a father of three. We homeschool and I work, so it's hard for me to have extra time uh, to do things. So I did it all myself, and it turned out really good. Looks good, obviously. But yeah, so he's such a clown. He'd make fun of somebody. Like, I just think that just shows his true character, that he would sit there and not only assume something that's not true, but make fun of somebody, for their dire situation, that he was the case. Even though that didn't turn out to be the case, that's what he thought was the case, and he had no problem making fun of somebody. That shows his heart. That's not a good heart. That's, talk about, there you go. And you said you don't know that man's heart. I do know certain things about that man's heart. I can tell you certain things about his heart because the Lord gives me discernment. And if the Lord works through you, you should have discernment, and you should know exactly who this type of person is, and exactly know that he's selling crap. Okay, guys? For a better word, that's what this is. It's crap. He's crap. He's selling crap. Everything about him is crap. Okay, and I put these there as him being the devil, because he's evil in my opinion. He's misleading a lot of people. He's taking hard earned people's money who actually do go to work, unlike him who doesn't work. He's taking their money and he's making a mockery of them. He's making a fool of them. He's giving them no truth, no substance, no nothing they can sink their teeth into. But yet he thinks he's worthy of somebody to pay him for Patreon, somebody to give him some money. I think that's truly sad. Anyways, I want to say that I wish everybody the best. I pray for them. Um, that's all really I can say. I'm not trying to tell anybody to unsubscribe. You have to be your own judge, your own captain of your own ship. And just like Sean said, the majority of people are lost and going to hell. That's why the Bible says the road to death is broad, right, and wide, and the gate to life is narrow, right? The gate to everlasting life, the gate to heaven is narrow, and few be that find it. And that's going to be the truth. There's going to be few, people, people say few, yeah, because the grand total of people in this world who could have made it to heaven, that's existed and that's been born in this world, it's going to be few that actually make it. When you talk about, the thousands of years that it's been, there's only every 100 years, there's only so many people that go, right? And the majority of people are lost. They're deceived. They go cradle to grave deceived. And people like Troothner are put there to deceive these people. People like Alex Jones are put there to deceive people. People like Russell Crowe are put there to deceive people. People like Jeranism are put there to deceive people. People like Castle Crowe is put there to deceive the people. People like David Weiss, deep inside the rabbit hole, are put there to deceive people. People like Rose77 are put there to deceive people. People like Mark Sargent are put there to deceive people. People like Richie from Boston. So many people, and I'm not trying to pick on Richie because I like a lot of his stuff, and I'm with people. I take the good and the bad. But however, I do believe that guy's had connections. I've seen him do a lot of the hand symbols and hand signs. I've seen a lot of the people he's hung out with, like Mark Sargent and other stuff. And Masons promote other Masons. Masons hang out with other Masons, and just the way that it is. This world's a stage, and like I said before, the elite control this world. They control the television, who gets on there. They control who gets on the radio. They control who gets to be in a movie. They control who everything. Who gets to be on YouTube and have a big following? They control that. They're not going to let you come on here and put a bunch of truth out. They won't allow that. Okay, I've lost 2 channels already trying to put a lot of the truth out. Now, I don't mess around with the sports stuff too much anymore because that's a big way that they can flag your stuff. I don't talk about a lot of the certain events on here because that's the way they can take your channel down. So certain things we have to talk in code about, but however, none of us as truthers want to be filtered. We never want to feel like we got to censor ourselves, censor the truth, censor our tongues. That's not what we want to do. We want to be able to put the truth out there. We want to tell people exactly how it is. But we know if we say too much on this platform, we lose our voice and we lose our channel. And that's not the goal. The goal is to be able to stay on here, promote truth, and save as many people as we can. And it's hard because, like I said, Satan is so good at his job. People are so lost. People are so spellbound, so under the spell of Satan that they can't see the forest for the trees. They don't want to see the forest for the trees. And they just sit there and eat up everything they see on television. It's tell-lie vision. They tell you lies through your vision. That's why it says, stay tuned for your logo programming. Okay, they're programming you, right? That's exactly what the whole movie They Live is about, right? The whole, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about, where he's looking through the glasses and he's seeing that they're programmed. Everything's a subliminal message, right? That's how it is. It's all subliminal messaging, guys. And I just want to say that I do appreciate all you guys that watch my channel. I hope that this video, can bless some people. I hope you people get some real substance out of this, and I hope that you use discernment and have the Lord lead you in the right direction, and realize that this guy's a clown. He's just like Dumpster David Wise, just like who's that other guy that Flat Earth, not Flat Earth Dave, the Dave that goes against the Flat Earthers. I can't think of his name. Ask Professor Dave. These guys are just shills. They're gatekeepers. Even people like, and a lot of people don't want to hear this, but people like Kent Hovind, that's exactly what his role is. Yes, he did great work in creationism. However, the man, is a Freemason and a cult leader. He's pushing the whole dinosaur concept. Anybody that knows anything, knows that Kent Hovind is a shill. And like I said, great work in creationism. I appreciate all the work he did with creationism. That helped a lot of people. And a lot of his debates even, has turned people to Christ. So that's wonderful. However, the man is a total cult leader. The man is a Masonic Jesuit cult leader. And I'm sure that's who Pat the Rat aspires to be. I'm sure that's exactly who he wants to be like Kent Hovind. He probably wants to be like Jeranism, be like a fake channel like Jeranism. Just a comedian, a failed comedian, failed actor, who's wishes that he could have made it big on the attention deprived, starved person who wants to sit at home on the couch and make fun of people, make fun of their channels while his wife goes out and works. While he sits on the couch, munches on Cheetos, gets high, smokes his dope, and does his meth or whatever else he does. He admits to snorting coke and doing pills and all this other stuff. And like I said, as a former detective, as someone that's used to arrest drug addicts and stuff like that, because these guys steal a lot, and I'd see it so much. These people were like motivated by drugs, to get their next fix constantly. And when you watch his live stream, like I said, and I haven't watched the man in 6 months now, whatever, since when I exposed him, it's probably been about 6-7 months. So I couldn't tell you now, but those videos, he was all the signs, exact signs of a person that uses meth, 100%. And like I said, the guy looks rough. He looks like he's been rode hard and put away wet. I guess that's what happens. Like I said, when you serve Satan, when you admit uh, doing all those spell castings, when you admit to uh, doing all the stuff that he was doing. Like I said, not I believe the man's got connections. I believe he has connections to not only the occult world, but I believe he has military connections, probably with Freemasonic connections. And like I said, everything out of the man's mouth is anti-opposite of what he says. He's handing everybody poop. That's what he's giving everybody. He's handing them poop, calling it truth. When it's really lies. And he can hide behind the word God when really he serves the devil, because the devil is a god, right? Might be a god with a little g, but he's a god of this world for the time being until Satan returns. And that too, Pat, the rat Troothner, which I call him Rat Liener, as you guys can see right here, that's who he serves. It's like I said, the Green Day song where they say one nation under God or dog, Satanists do thing in reverse. He's a Satanist, and dog in reverse is God. So that's what his God is Satan, and that's why these occultists, these Freemasonic pastors, and all these people can stand up there and pretend like they're Christians and pretend like they're talking about God, because they just say God. Oh, God's wonderful. God this, God that. Bless, hallelujah, God. See, they can say all these passages and pretend like they're Christians and fool people. And like I said, the devil's good at his job because they're using the word God. So it's important, that. And then look, he's putting his face. Supposedly he's a Christian, but he's got his body on this wrestler, this worldly sellout wrestler who's a total Satanist. Who's totally. I could say so many things, but I'm just, like, come on, he's mocking you. He's mocking people. That's why this picture's here. That's why his name's what it is, where he didn't spell truth right. It's a lie. It's mockery. He's mocking people. He's mocking the truth movement. And it's time that we expose this guy. It's time that we get this bozo the clown out of here. It's time we get him, exposed the way he needs to be. This guy got, he got the hook when he got on the comedian stage. He got up there and he tried to drop the one-liners and tried to make people laugh, and they gave him the old cane. They gave him the hook. They pulled him right off, and probably nobody laughed. And obviously he's not doing that anymore. And there's a reason for it. Obviously he wasn't successful at it. But that just shows his true heart. He wants to be a worldly. He wants to be an actor. He wants to be successful. He wants to make a lot of money. He said so out of his own mouth that he wanted to be a comedian. And he said not only do he want to be a comedian, but he wanted to be the comedian of a so-called big-time truther channel network. And he would cover the sports action. You just can't make this stuff up, guys. You just can't make this stuff up with these people. All right, guys, that went an hour. That's an hour more than this man deserves. So I'm going to end it there. You guys use your own discernment. Pray about it. And the Lord will definitely reveal the truth to you that this guy's a sellout and a clown and a narcissist, and that he's got a lot of problems, and that he needs to get down on his knees, repent, and pray to God. And I just want to one more time say thank you to Jessie Vaughn Sr. for the shout out in your video. Thank you to Sean Sweeney for your video that you did and your shout out. Thank you to both of you guys. Like I said, I don't go looking for my name very often, so I don't find very much stuff. Today I happened to get lucky. I was really surprised to come across that, but I was also glad to come across that because I'm glad that people are putting the truth out there. And hopefully everybody shares those videos just in case. You never know. I have them backed up, but you never know, guys. You might want to share them. Get the truth out there as much as you can. And like I said, Sean had a good idea when Sean said it should be a daily occurrence of us exposing this guy. The only thing is the guys don't deserve it, and I certainly wouldn't give him that attention because not one, he doesn't deserve it, and one, I could care less about this, and two, I mean, I could care less about this guy. Like I said, he is somebody that hasn't crossed my mind. Haven't even thought about this guy, mentioned his name, seen his picture, nothing. In 6 months, like I said, seen an old not a roommate, but seen an old acquaintance is what I was gonna say. And I was showing him a video that I had on my channel, and when I typed in Flint Truth, I didn't type in my full name, because usually I just type in Flint Truth when I'm showing people, but I typed in Flint Truth, and the first couple of videos were Sean Sweeney and Jesse Vaughn Sr. and their exposés talking about Pat along with my video. So I wanted to say thank you. Like I said, it's probably been up there for a while. I know Jesse's has been up there a couple months, and I know that Sean Sweeney's has been up there for a few months. So apologize I didn't see it sooner, guys. I don't really have time to be on YouTube like that, looking at videos and stuff. My time goes to really my family, my children, working, and then when I do have extra time, I try to put a truth video out there too. I do appreciate you guys. If anybody wants to support me, I do have a Patreon. I definitely appreciate it. There's a Cash App there too. I don't really mention it anymore because, like I said, I'm kind of new on getting the channel back up. So appreciate you guys. God bless you all. Definitely stay in His Word. Use discernment, and like I said, I appreciate all you guys. Have a good day. Later.